Episode number 1, Algebra Basics. Now, people always tell me they hate algebra because why do we have letters and numbers coming together in maths? I'll tell you why. Sometimes in maths, we don't know what a number is. It's an unknown. So we can either represent that number with a mystery box, sometimes you see it as a question mark, or in algebra, we use letters. So we would represent this most commonly with an X, and you do it as a squiggly X to differentiate from a multiplication symbol. Now, it means 2 plus something equals 5. Now, everyone knows that something is 3, which means X is equal to 3. If you add 2 to 3, you will get 5. Now, what we've just done here is solve an algebraic equation, but we're not going to start with algebraic equations just yet. But just understand that we use algebra to represent unknowns. In the last episode, we said that letters are used in algebra to represent something that we don't know the value of. This could be a missing number. We also need to know that letters can be used to represent something that could change, a variable. But I'm going to come back to that keyword. But for now, let's talk money. If we're being paid £20 an hour as a wage, which is pretty good, and we work for 5 hours, how much money will we earn? Well, you know we need to do 20 times by 5 to get £100 for the day's work. However, what if the hours change? What if we don't work for 5 hours? What if we work for 6, 7, 8 hours? We need to find a way to represent how much money we'll earn with the same wage. So instead of saying 5 hours, this can be represented with a letter X, which is our variable. It can change. It could be 1, 2, 3, whatever. And how would we represent how much money we earn based on this wage? We still need to do 20, not times by the hours, but times by this variable. So it would be 20x. So the way we can use this expression is to work out how much money we will get for any amount of hours that we work. Let's say that we work for 2 hours that day. So our X is 2. To work out how much money we'll get, we do 20 times by the 2, and we know we get £40 for that day. However, a variable can change. So if we work for 10 hours that day, we know we need to do the 20 times by the 10, which is the X, and we know we get £200 that day. So the way we've used our algebra is to represent an X, which is our variable that changes the number we have. These are 6 words that you'll definitely hear in algebra. The first word is variable. We looked at variables in our last episode and said that these are things that can change and you can represent them with letters. For example, A could be apples, you could have B, which is books, or you could have C, which is carrots. Now you might say you have 2 apples and you represent that with a 2A, and you have 3 books, which represents 3B, and so on. The second word is expression. If I want to relate 2 variables together, I can use an expression. For example, I go to the shop and buy 2 apples and I buy 3 books. This would be my expression. The next word you might hear is term. In an expression, you can have different terms. For example, the one we have here, this is our first term, and this is our second term. You normally connect expressions with different symbols like addition or subtraction. The next word we have is coefficient. Now this one might be new, but it's really simple. The coefficient is just the number in front of a letter. So in our expression here, the coefficient of A is 2, and the coefficient of B is 3. Another word you might hear is constant. This is another expression with 2 terms, but the second term is a constant because it's just the number 5. So if it's just a number, that's a constant. And the last word we're going to look at is equation. And a lot of people confuse this with expression. We use equations to show that terms are equal to each other, and we use an equal sign to show it. So in this one, we're saying that 4b, which is one term, is equal to 8, which is another term. You can have expressions that are also equal to each other as well, and we can solve them, which we'll look at in another episode. This is the best way to understand collecting like terms in algebra. Imagine we're going fruit shopping and we want to buy apples, bananas, and carrots. We can use the letters A, B, and C to represent each of the items. Now in one shop, we want to buy 2 apples. We write 2A. And in another shop, we want to buy 3 apples. 3A. Together, how many apples did we buy? We would need to add 2A and 3A. And because they have the same letter, we can add the numbers and this will be 5A. We would say that the 2A and the 3A are like terms. Now let's say another day we want to buy 3 bananas. 3B, and then we want to buy 4 apples plus 4A. Because these are different letters, they are unlike terms. We cannot combine them, so we have to just leave it as 3B plus 4A. A common mistake people make is they combine unlike terms and they might say this is 7AB. This is not correct. You cannot add letters if they are different. In algebra, this applies for any letters or variables. So even if we introduce our carrots and we say we want to buy 2 apples, 2 bananas, and 2 carrots, we cannot simplify this or combine them because they are different letters. So we keep them separate. Let's test how much we understand. I've got 5 different terms here. Can you tell me which of them are like terms and which of them are unlike terms? In the last episode, we looked at like and unlike terms. And I said that like terms have to have the same letter. For example, if we go shopping and we buy 2 apples, A represents apples, and then we buy 3 apples. Well, how many apples do we have altogether? We have 5 apples because we can add them because they have the same letter. These are like terms. However, there's another aspect to like terms. They have to have the same letter, but also the same power. And let's look at another letter to show this example. If we have x as one of our terms, and then we have 2x, these are like terms because they have the same letter. However, if I change this x to an x squared, bear in mind x squared means x multiplied by x, these are not like terms because one of them has a power of 2 and one of them has a power of 1. So you cannot add these together or subtract them. You can't combine unlike terms. Another example, if we have b squared, which is b multiplied by b, and we try to add it to 2b squared, well, this works because they both have the same letter and they have the same power of 2. So together, this becomes 3b squared. You can do this with any letter or any power. And remember, powers are indices, which means you're multiplying the letter by itself, however many times that the power is. Now that we know how to collect like terms, can we work on simplifying expressions? I've got 5 questions. Pause it, have an attempt. I'm about to go through it. Starting with question 1, we know that like terms have the same letter and the same power. Well, these are both a to the power of 1. So 4a plus 2a is 6a. Question number 2. In this question, we have 4 different terms. 2 of them have letters and 2 of them are just numbers. So we want to collect our like terms, which is the 3b and the 5b, and we can add them together, which will give us 8b. And then we also want to collect our numbers. We have +1 and +6, which will give us +7. We can do the same thing for question 3. Look for everything that has a c. We have a c plus 3c. And together, combined, they will give us 4c. This time we have another letter, which is a d. So we have 8d, and then we have minus 2d. So we're going to subtract 2d. Now it's really important we include the minus with the 2d. So 8d take away 2d will give us 6d. Question number 4. Now this is a little bit of a trick question because you need to understand that they are unlike terms. They have the same letter a, but they have different powers. This is a to the power of 1, just a by itself, and this is a to the power of 2, so a times a, and again multiplied by 3. So you cannot simplify this. And finally, question number 5, 2b squared plus 4b plus 3b squared. Again, identify which ones are our like terms. We have 2b squared is not like term with 4b, but it is a like term with 3b squared because they both have a b and they both have a power of 2. So if we simplify this, this will become 5b squared plus this 4b has to remain by itself. So this is how you simplify expressions by collecting like terms. If you missed week 1 of Algebra with Faze, this video is about to explain everything we've learned so far. In episodes 1 and 2, we looked at the basics of algebra. Why do we use letters in maths? Essentially, we use letters to represent unknown information. For example, if somebody comes to the shop with £10, the change they receive is £3, how much did they spend in the shop? In episodes 3, we looked at the vocabulary we use in algebra. For example, variables, constants, expressions, equations, coefficients. Go to the episodes to find out the definitions. In episodes 4 and 5, we looked at like and unlike terms and collecting like terms. Like terms have to have the same letter and the same power, and that's how we can collect them. In episode 6, we looked at simplifying expressions, and we need to use collecting like terms to do this. In week 2 of this series, we're going to take these foundations and use them to build our core skills. We're going to start answering one-step equations using addition, multiplication, subtraction, and division, and then we're going to start looking at two-step equations and how to solve them.